All right, you guys. This is the no call that actually the NFL is thinking about changing some rules because of this no call. Now, it's very clear a few things here. If the defender would have turned around and looked, this would have been an interception. Okay? So there's that. There's another thing that's very, 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 very clear here. This is a PI if I ever saw it. This is a blatant pass interference. It's so blatant that the defender didn't even turn around to see where the ball was. Oh How in the world do the refs not call this? Look, it's not like there were a bunch of people that are around these two. The ball is going to this area. The refs are looking at where the ball's going. I tried to listen to Stephen A. Smith talking about there's another angle. Even he was upset about it, and I don't listen to Stephen A. Smith. But he made some very good points. If this call would have been made, they would have been, where's that, the 10? So that's the 3? They would have been like on the 5 or something like that. Touchdown. Not guaranteed. Good chance touchdown. Run the play clock out. Take a knee, whatever. Game's over. Saints go to the Super Bowl. Not only that, this hit right here. This hit is what the league has been whining about for the longest time. Helmet to helmet. This is a blatant helmet to helmet hit. This is a personal foul. This is an egregious personal foul right here. This is helmet to helmet. You can see him leaning in with his helmet. Now, this is why the NFL is so dangerous. This is why football, period, is dangerous. Because the receiver is not looking at the defender. And we all know how knockouts go. If you suddenly get hit by something that you're not paying attention to, it's a good chance you're going to get knocked out and or receive a concussion, which has long-lasting repercussions. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. He did it on purpose, and then he celebrated the hit after he made it. Boom! He wrecked this guy at full speed. You can't tell me this is not a personal foul. You can't tell me this is not a pass interference. And somebody brought up, they said, look, the ball was not even in his vicinity. He couldn't catch it. Listen, pass interference, a lot of times it doesn't matter if the ball is catchable. You got to understand that. There are rules set in place that where a defender can only touch the receiver when they're coming off the line. 5 yards after that, you're not allowed to have contact with each other. Okay? I'm not a ref. I used to be a long time ago, but I wasn't that good at it. Nonetheless, I did play a little ball in my life, but this right here is the worst. This is the worst of the worst. This right here tells me that this player meant to hurt this guy. This is not anywhere within the league rules as it stands today. Now, back in the 70s and 80s, yeah. Mean Joe Green was trying to punish people. Okay, you had people who were trying to rip people's head off. Ronnie Lott wasn't playing with nobody. All right? That guy from the 49ers he was trying to rip your feet off in the tackle. I mean, it was just crazy. John something. Jack Ham, Jack Lambert. We all know how that did. All the way up until what? Until the freaking Saints had Bountygate. This is why I really don't have any love for the Saints, because they were cheating and then went to the Super Bowl and won. But nonetheless, this right here, bow. He meant to hit that guy like that. He meant to try to hurt this guy. Look, listen, this is so blatant that he was not even thinking about the ball. This wasn't, I want to disrupt the play in order to stop the ball. This was personal to me. This was personal. These guys might have been jaw-jacking. They might know each other outside of the football field. This is a personal hit to me. Look at the follow-through. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah. So they're going to try, and Peyton's he's crazy. He's ready to go nuts. They're going to try to make up a. Okay, so we know video cameras are everywhere on the football field. Everywhere. All right, they're everywhere, period. So they're going to try to say this should be 2 minutes left in the game. You should be able to do a replay or look at the instant replay and then make a call off of that. I, for one, second that motion, because we're getting a lot of these bad calls. And this is, you're going to the Super Bowl or not. This is not in the regular season. This is the postseason. You lose, you go home. This is not this is, putting food on the table right here. You get those rings, you get a raise, you go to another team, you make more money. There is a huge difference between even going to the Super Bowl. There's a huge, huge value on each player. It goes up when you go to a Super Bowl. Look and see how they compare people when these guys are talking, these analysts are talking. They compare them by how successful they were. Did they go to the Super Bowl or not? Did they go to the playoffs or not? That's how they do. That's how your value goes up. This right here is, putting bacon on the plate right here. That's what this is. And these guys got a right to be fired up. It doesn't matter if the NFL changes the rule or not. What matters is you took food off of somebody's plate, and this guy right here, this guy, he did it on purpose, and you did nothing. It's your boy Tone 202. This was crazy. And you know what? The Rams are going to pay for that. They're going to get wiped out in the Super Bowl. They're going to pay for what they did, because everybody saw it. And they're going to come at these guys like nobody's business. They're going to do the same thing the Saints suffered from after Bountygate. I'm out.